Hey, this is Rich Osweiler from PremierGuitar.com, coming to you from the 2011 Montreal Guitar Show. I am here with Jean Lamarche, a local builder from here in Montreal, and we're going to talk a bit about the instruments he has here. And yeah, so Jean, show us what you got, and maybe you could touch on your design philosophy and kind of what you do.
Okay, so originally the guitar was a traveling guitar, but the design criteria was wanted to fit easily in a overhead bin, so easy, and also use all standard components. So I wanted to use regular keys, no special keys, no double-handed strings or anything, and anything has to be very simple, no electronic, nothing. So that's the first design, 8-inch wide guitar by 30-inch long, and the idea.
So full scale.
Full scale, 24 3/4 scale. And that's exactly what led to the first guitar made, which is the small one you got on the table. Everything is done in Montreal here, and it's a really small production at this time. But so they're good quality guitar, which is a little special for a traveling guitar. It's more a niche market. You'll probably gonna go for $100 on eBay, more than a little more luthier handcrafted guitar. But still, I wanted a good guitar. So they're really the good guitar. The feeling is close to a Gibson as far as the neck, because of the scale and the roundness of the neck. And that's the design criteria. So after a few years of manufacturing them, some people came back and said, well, I play your guitar all the time. I'd like something a little more standard. So I developed a body that's a little wider, which is the model that you got these four there. And that's how it evolved into a little bigger guitar. Still, it's what, 33-inch long, the big one. So it's not a huge guitar. It's lighter for people who have want a lighter instrument, who have a back problem or any reason, or some people who have a smaller in size would like a smaller guitar. So that's what the intent was. So
I see some different pickup configurations. Do you allow your customers to choose, or do you have standard sets that? And
I do actually. All the pickup, since it's a traveling guitar, I try to offer as many types of sound as possible. So if you want to play metal, you want a metal traveling guitar, some people actually will come and say, I want something country. So I have guitars with TV Jones on. Electronic as well, since I don't want a battery, I want it to be as versatile as possible. Each guitar have a toggle switch for a single coil selection, in and out of phase. Some guitars will have 2 volumes. So I carry a semi-standard set that still have maybe 6 or 7 different configuration, 2 volumes, 1 volume, 1 tone, 2 volume, one tone, whatever, every time with toggle switch. So you got as many sound as possible, jam pack in a small body.
Very cool. And what would be for your standard model? What's a starting price for one of these?
I've got one that I don't have on the table here, but starts at $900 with the bag, since the bag has to be custom made. So it's really, very affordable for a handcrafted instrument. I will go less than $2,000 for the top of the line. So it's of course I try to keep them as affordable as possible, because my goal is that these guitars have to be played. These guitars have to be carried around. It will become, if you start with a March, after a few months, normally it becomes your main guitar, but it's easy to carry, and it's light. So that's it, and they're really stable, since you're gonna see, if you look at the design, there's rollers. The Tunomatic has rollers on, and you got the angler, what I call to redirect the strings, also made of bearings. There's bushings actually, so you got no friction along the guitar path. The guitar is very, very stable, stays in tune in whatever condition. I also use finish that will be good to adapt to variation of temperature. So you forget it in your car one night, it's not a disaster. You're not going to cry because it's all cracked the day after.
Very cool. Well, Jean, tell the folks out there in the Premier Guitar audience how they can find out more about your guitars online.
But online, you can find my guitars at marchguitars.com. You got your website. There's all the information, all technical information. The new model will actually be very new for this year. Will be introduced in the next couple of weeks. And if you want to know more, just give me a call or send me an email. I'll be very glad to answer all questions.
Right on. Well, thank you, Jean. This is Rich Osweiler with PremierGuitar.com from the 2011 Montreal Guitar Show.